Good morning, Starshines! I can talk today. Hello. There's so many people here already today. Good morning, Charles. Good morning, Toot. Good morning, Maya. Good morning, Mike. I feel like I'm in the romper room every time I do that. Like, I see Mike, and I see Charles, and I see Maya, and I see Toot. They never saw me. I don't know if my name was, like, not the right name for that generation, but they never saw me in the romper room. Mike says, the crowd gathers. I hope everyone enjoys their morning coffees. I was talking to a friend, Hex, last night, and I had Hex on the brain this morning, so I'm having a Camp Blood decaf coffee. It's s'mores flavored. Right, ad should be just about over and or running again, so that's great. Hi everyone. It's me. Twitch has been super twitchy lately with like ads and stuff, so if you get double ads, I'm very sorry. There's very little I can do about it right now. But good morning, everyone. How are we doing? How are you doing on this wonderful Saturday morning? It's a little bit... It's sunny, but it's like not as sunny as it should be. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's cloudy, but it's like... It's a little overcast. There we go. That's the words. Good for some spooky stitching. So yeah, welcome in. Grab coffee. Gwen, good morning. Good morning, good morning. I think I might need to change my Instagram posting schedule so it doesn't post when we go live. I don't know, just 10 a.m. seems like a good time for everything for me. Morning. Today I am stitching on a piece from the Witchy Stitcher's new book, which I have the book. I don't know where it got to. I think it might be in the living room. I'm working off of a scan of the page. But yeah, this is from the Witchy Stitcher's new book, and it's a pumpkin portrait. You can see I've got a little picture of it up there. My guess is that a Q-snap under the grime guard. No, it's a Nurge. Ta-da! I discovered that the grime guards for the 8-inch Q-snaps that Moon and Mama Moon made for me work really well for the Nurges. The nudges. Nudge. Work really well for the Nurges. Cause like dealing with all the extra fabric was annoying. Cause there's quite a bit of extra fabric here. So I grabbed a grime guard just to see if I could like control the extra fabric. And it works great. Like it does cut down on the amount of stitching space I have, because like obviously I can't stitch from here to here. From here to here. But but I like it for controlling the extra fabric, and also so I'm not getting my grimy hands all over the fabric, the Ada. Zakayla, welcome in. Toot, if I could get a shout out for Zakayla, please. Welcome in, thank you so much for dropping by. And Julie Bean, good morning, Julie. You know this design, you love Witchy Stitcher? Yeah, Witchy Stitcher is great. We had to get the book as soon as it came out, and I got one of the book plates as well for the book. So instead of getting a signed copy of the book, because that was just with shipping and everything, it's just like a signed sticker with Meg C's signature that goes in the front of the book. Not Meg C. Wow, Meg C is a different designer. Meg Black is the Witchy Stitcher. It's like the Spice Girls. You've got Mel B and Mel C. You've got Meg C and Meg B. Gwen says my grime guards aren't big enough for my larger nerd, which is making Misfit Forest a bit awkward. Oh no, I'm sorry. At least with Misfit Forest, you're only working on a small section of the pattern at a time, so maybe that you go with a smaller nerd. But I hope you are enjoying Misfit Forest. I saw that you were working on the branches at the top. Charles says, I was writing gift all over this box in case it helps this time. Hopefully. Who knows? Who can say? It's all a little bit up in the air right now. Maybe some of the postal employees got raptured. So is the book The 25 Patterns to Haunt Your Home? I think it's just called Witchy Stitching, and then that might be the subtitle. I have to check. Yes, Witchy Stitching, 25 Patterns to Haunt Your Home. By Meg Black. So two of the patterns. Two of the patterns are this pumpkin couple. On break, I'll probably go find the book. I should have done that before. I thought it was on my shelf in my office. It's not. But it's a great book. There are a lot of really good patterns. And the thing I was surprised about with the book is that it's surprisingly hefty in terms of information. Like she'll go through techniques, and then immediately apply them in a small pattern that uses that specific technique, and then tells you how to use it in that specific pattern. And then it kind of like builds your skills throughout the book. It's really, really well done. I was expecting a pattern book. I wasn't expecting that much of a reference, if that makes sense. Zakayla says, I love how the pages don't feel like they're falling apart. Yes, it's a very well-made book. It's lovely. I do need to kind of break the spine a little bit on mine if I want to use it for stitching, though, because holding it open to get the scans and the of the pattern for this was a struggle. Gwen says, I have these fabric coily clampy things. Okay. But if you're not careful, they get pulled off. That makes sense. Yes, as you know, spooky stitching is a standard around here. Our friend Mike, old guy Stitcher, discovered the Stitch Crypt yesterday. So, welcome to this rabbit hole. We've got Stitch Crypt, Witchy Stitcher, Meg C that I mentioned. Zakayla says it wouldn't be the first time that I put the pattern into Wind Stitch to be used in pattern. Zakayla, I have a secret. That's exactly what I did. I may have recharted it into Wind Stitch so that I can use it in Pattern Keeper. It was a pain in the butt, but it was less of a pain in the butt than it would have been stitching from the book. This past week you did that with 4 designs. Like, it kind of depends on the design. If it's huge, then the, you know, amount of labor output, yeah, it's a cost benefit exercise, really. But I recharted this one, and then I recharted a few of her Patreon patterns. If you're on the Witchy Stitcher's Patreon, she's been doing these teeny weeny Halloweeny designs, but the PDFs do not go into Pattern Keeper in a way that I've managed to get them to do without recharting them. So I recharted a bunch of those for Toot. So I also, in the process of recharting this, so there's 2 different portraits. You can see in the little snippet of the pattern that I did here. Finger turn, thank you. That it's the pumpkin lady and she's got the wreath around her. So I'm actually, there's the second one that's a pumpkin fellow with a wreath around him. I'm actually doing them both on the same piece as like a pair. So obviously family portrait of myself and Toot. So that being said, I made a few modifications to the color scheme as well. So Toot, the Toot pumpkin has purple instead of like light cream, and the DH fellow has green instead of light cream. Hey Luna, welcome in. So good to see you. You guys can grab your daily coffee. I've also got the Bobbinate Redeem up. I was putting away floss yesterday and restocked my box of stuff that needs to be bobbinated. I also need to rebobinate the thread that I am currently working with. Yes, coffee. Luna's got the vanilla iced and Gwen has the ADHD special. Yeah. I was thinking about our buddy Hex, who is now married to Jason Voorhees, apparently. I'm drinking a Camp Blood. Yes, Luna, go ahead, shoot. Okay, Mike, I don't need your sass. Mike asks, how many shades of green does the DH pumpkin use? It uses 2. 2 shades of green. The Toot pumpkin uses 3 shades of purple. How has Advanced GG been for you? Saw them at a local con on Thursday, and they seem cool. So I don't know... Okay, we're doing aliens hands for this. So I don't know if you have ADHD. Because I've only tried to explain the effect of Advanced to someone who has ADHD. But if you've ever been medicated for it, do you remember that first day when you took the medication and suddenly, like, the world seemed crystal clear and you were just locked right in? That's what the Advanced Focus does for me. It really boosts my meds, and because they have different ones. Right now I'm drinking the this is a Strawberry Ramoon Energy. So the Energy is slightly different than the Focus. The Focus does have caffeine in it, so I wouldn't drink an Energy and a Focus at the same time. But something about the Focus, like, it really... Thank you for the Advanced, yeah. It really does help me focus. I mean, also, I really love that they have blends that don't have citric acid. because that interferes with my meds. The flavors I've had are really great. And yeah, like the hydration blend is phenomenal. Like a little goes a long way with that, but you feel freaking hydrated. The sour Skittle is Toot's favorite, I think, at this point. Although I probably shouldn't speak for Toot, but we have the sour Skittle one, and I make it quite often for them. So yes, I do recommend. Right now, they are running a battle pass. Let me see. I keep meaning to set up a channel. Okay. They are running a battle pass. So if you get 1 jar, you get a free small shaker. If you buy 2 jars, you get a small shaker and a medium shaker. If you buy 3, you get those things and a t-shirt. So yeah. And also, if you are thinking of picking up Cinnamon Advanced, please do use my reference link, and you can use code COZY10 at checkout for a 10% discount. Oh, thank you so much. Because yeah, all of that extra little bits from here and there, they all go towards our kids. I always say that, like, anything we get from Patreon, from Etsy, Twitch, it all goes into taking care of our kids. Like Orly, we've bought, well, you guys have paid for emergency blood work for Pico. You've paid for medication for Bella. You've paid for food and vet visits and litter and all kinds of good stuff. You got an eye crusty? Yeah, Daddy got it for you. Whenever you know a friend has a code, you try to use theirs. That's awesome. Like, supporting each other in the community it's what we got to do. Support and uplift and share the good vibes. Okay, Earls, are you gonna... I'm worried about tail hair in my coffee. Also, if you guys didn't notice... Oh, we summoned Cryptic, talking about Advanced. Good morning, Cryptic. Hello, hello. And thank you for the reminder, Toot. I wasn't sure about putting it up myself, but if you... anywhere on Twitch, if you do gift 5 or more subs, Valorant, so Riot Games, is going to add on a random number of extra gift subs. So if you are thinking of supporting a creator this month, that's a great way to do it. And Moon is also like that. Is also here. Good morning, Moon. We're loving early. But yes, speaking of early, you've got something in your whiskers, my love. If you guys didn't notice, my desk mat is not here. This is the surface of my desk. I actually like covered it in stickers and scrapbook paper, so this is the top of my desk. Miss here decided that she wanted some Advanced and knocked over my shaker of it yesterday. So my desk mat is in the washer, and everything on my desk was pulled away. Like, my desk is very barren now. Because I don't really want to put stuff back until I get the mouse mat back, because it's one of those like gamer mouse mats that take up a lot of the desk space. We summoned Moon by talking about Advanced and Valorant at the same time. Well, good morning. I'm so glad you could make it. Luna says mine has ice cream stains on it. Yeah, I'm so glad that I can throw mine in the washer and dryer, or else it would just be a sensory nightmare for me with how much stuff I get on it. Ben says hi, Moon Moon. Summoning circle for Moon. I was thinking that. Summoning circle for Moon. You've got Valorant, cross-stitching, and advanced. I think we just need to put like a Chernobyl documentary in one corner. And what would be on the fifth edge of the pentagram for Moon? Cat genetics? A cat genetic Punnett square? Cryptic says spooky games. Luna says cats. Moon says poutine. Poutine's a good one. Toot says lammy. Aw. I feel like Moon summoning circle is going to be like a double pentacle. Many things can summon the moon. Since Early's here, I have to tilt a little bit so you guys can see the bottom. Because I can't. Okay. But good morning, guys. Welcome in. Well, so there's a question for you. If there were a summoning circle for you, what would be on it? What would be in the summoning circle for you? Because I feel like cross-stitch would be in my summoning circle. Star Wars. For sure. Charles says yarn. The entire summoning circle is just made of yarn. Coffee, boba tea, cats, cross-stitch, and crochet. That sounds good. I like that one. I think coffee, and then for me would be one as well. Something representing ancient aliens. And then the person doing the summoning ritual would be Giorgio Tsoukalos. Toot says cross-stitch, weed, elephant stuffy, animals, and spooky shit. Yeah. Maybe Faz for Charles. New hyperfocus unlocked for Charles. Not so new anymore. It's been a couple of months now. Yeah, about 2 months. One of us. One of us. So yeah, I keep talking about stuff that's gonna summon you, by the way. Absolutely. Luna says cross-stitch has been your hyper-focus the last month. Good. One of us. Welcome to the cult. My my bestie for the Rusty has recently picked cross-stitch back up. Like me, they learned how to cross-stitch when they were a kid. You have 711 hours in Faz. Charles, that is incredible. I know, like, some of those hours are when you left the game running and fell asleep, but still. Gwen says I gotta go lurk mood. Need to spend your morning recovering your apartment from Depresso week. Aw, I'm sorry. But you got it. I hope you keep listening to us because we will help you with the body doubling. But yeah. Yeah, I need to do a bit of that too. I woke up feeling blue this morning. Not really like blue. Just lower energy, lower mood. And I think what I need to do for it is clean. Because that usually does help me a lot. Like, making my enclosure good will help with my mood. Cryptic says that is an insane rate, Charles. You started July 2023, have 1100 hours. Okay, but the difference is Charles was asleep for some of it. Charles is disabled and doesn't have a 9 to 5 or anything like that. You have like 40 billion kids. You play other games. There's definitely a difference in lifestyle and amount of time to play Faz. Toot says we're so close to having the games room fully done. We are! Oh my god, it looks amazing. We've been using the couch in there for like, because obviously we're not going to be decorating the couch. So we used the couch to kind of hold the decorations for the rest of the room. And I don't know what it was, but Toot took the last of the boxes off the couch yesterday, and it feels like a room. Like, it looks incredible. So I'm really excited when we can kind of get to that point with the rest of the house, where it looks like the room that we want it to look like. I mean, to be fair, my office is pretty close to that. And Toot's sensory room looks phenomenal. But when we get the kitchen there, oh, so good. So, so good. I'm very excited about our new enclosure. Sorry, I knocked over my ridiculously tall mouse. Going back, Luna said, was surprised you took a break to finish your crocheted spiderweb shawl. Well, sometimes the hyperfocus do be hyperfocusing. And then it's like, wow, I managed to do something else. What have you been stitching on? Everybody, what have you been stitching on? What are you working on right now? What are you happy to be hyper-focusing on? Hi, Earls. She's resting her chin on my wrist. Like, if I moved my hand, she would fall. Oh, man. Toot says today is Runaway Cryptids. You're stitching your first full coverage, a set of Halloween gnomes. Trying to complete it by Halloween, but you don't know if you have doubt, even though you have a ton of time. Yeah, I mean, I think cross-stitch takes a deceptive amount of time, especially with the ADHD time blindness. Charlie's resting now. They were sewing earlier. Yeah, I'm excited to see what you were working on. Jilly is currently reorganizing your uni desk because you've just wiped it down. Nice. Clean. Cryptic is in an all-morning waiting room for a notary to show up until at 1. I'm so sorry. Waiting mode. Awful. Well, at least we can keep you a little bit company. Yes, you're not even a third done of the first color. Yeah. Oof. I was actually saying my bestie for the restie. They recently picked up cross-stitch again because, like me, they learned to cross-stitch when they were a kid, but haven't done it in decades. But then, of course, they saw me doing all this stuff.
Thank you, Toot.
Got into the cult. Thank you for the hydrate here. Advanced. And so they picked up a project, and it's also a Halloween gnome, just a single gnome from, oh my god, what's the name of the company? It's a very French name. It's a long French name that they, like, you recognized their style when you saw it. They're published in JCS a lot. I was very jelly though, because they were like, where do you get your oui baguette escargot? Yeah, that's the name of the company. I was very jelly though, because they asked me like where I get my supplies, and I was like, oh, mostly Michael's. And they're like, oh, our Michael's kind of sucks. And I'm like, well, take a look, because like embroidery and cross-stitch stores exist. You might have an LNS. Turns out their LNS is Charting Creations, which, if you don't know, is one of the bigger ONSs as well. And I would like to go to there. I would like to go to there very much. So they went over to Charting Creations and picked up a kit to get started with. Mike says, I'm working on my little frog's breath from the Stitch Crypt. Yes, it's so cute. Mike posted that in the Discord. So if you are a member of the Discord, you can go check that out. Very cute. And also, like I said, he just discovered Stitch Crypt. So yeah, good luck with that new hyperfocus. Cryptic says I have being here to do, so that counts. Yeah, you can be here with us. Okay, this thread is just doing nothing but nodding. I might end it and start a new one. Thank you, Cryptic. Luna says mine is a mystery kit from Amazon. Yeah, I mean, that's what Toot did for... Is it Jardin Privé? No, it's not Jardin Privé. It's like... Le Petit Saint Croix de Point de Croix de Louis de Haha, or something like that. Like, it's very long. I could look it up, but there's a cat on my arm. Moon says, so jelly. Yes. But a mystery kit from Amazon is actually how Toot got back into cross stitch, because they crocheted for a really long time, made some incredible shawls and sweaters and things like that. But then like me, their hands couldn't take it anymore. So they were looking to see if like cross stitch was still something that they would like to do. So they got just a kit from Amazon to try and get back into it. Obviously they enjoyed it. But yeah, I think a kit for your first project is definitely the way to go. Not even your first project, but like if you're trying to figure out your cross stitch vibe, a kit is a good way to start off. I'm sorry, Moon. I'm sorry you've still got the flu or cold or whatever's running rampant in your household. Take easy. This is your third kit? That's nice. Yeah, that's good. I'm working on a kit right now, a large dimensions kit. And I have a couple of smaller dimensions kits that I will do after. It's so funny because like I like spooky shit like this, and my vibe is very much like my vibe is very, you know, like spooky, traditional with a twist, that kind of thing. And yet I am a sucker for some of the Dimensions kits that are like just the landscapes. I love them. Like, a few of them just really get me. Like, I want to go and live in that landscape. I don't know. I don't know. Charles says Charting Creations is in Nova Scotia. It is, yeah, Sackville. The only place you know of that has stuff that shares your last name. Yeah, I know. You told me that. This is your biggest kit ever, 30 by 40 centimeters. That is... I'm Canadian. I still don't know how, like, I still can't visualize things in centimeters. It's like 15 inches by 12 inches by big. That's big. That is big. I think that's about the size of Enchantress. Thomas is still 100% healthy. How? At least he's healthy and can make you soup and tea. 12 by 19. Yeah, that's a big piece. Yeah. Jellybean has a Dimensions Gold stocking that you need to start, but you want to put it on a scroll frame and you don't have one at the moment. When I got the kit, I also didn't realize what Dimensions Gold meant. Yeah. Dimensions Golds are like extra fancy, extra detailed. The Woodland Enchantress is a Dimensions Gold. Mike says Woodland Enchantress from Dimensions is definitely not a spooky piece. Okay, but it's like a witchy piece. You have to give me that one. It's a witchy piece. It very much has pagan vibe. It's literally called Enchantress. It really... The reason that Woodland Enchantress drew me so much... Let me see if I can pull up a picture of it, if you guys aren't familiar. I can just switch out my little tiny picture here. So keep an eye on the project picture. Okay. So this is Woodland Enchantress. And the thing that drew me to it so much is it really, it's witchy. And I love the figure of like the deity, the enchantress, but it also really reminds me of Chronicles of Narnia, which is one of my absolute favorite book. Like, that's one of the formative pieces of media for me. I don't talk about it a whole lot, but Chronicles of Narnia was definitely formative for me. And it really reminds me of that. So yeah, that's one of the reasons that I was drawn to it. Moon says I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't talk about it all that much for some reason. But like, you know how there are those pieces of media, like movies, books, TV shows, that really, if they didn't shape your personality, then they definitely informed who you are as a person. And for me, Chronicles of Narnia is one of those. Lord of the Rings is one of them. Like Tolkien's whole Middle-earth world is definitely one of them. And Hocus Pocus and Star Wars, of course. Really is so comfy right now. Cryptic says it's the beard. Beard stop germs. Oh, okay. It's like a built-in, respirator mask. Yeah. Don't need the N90. You just need to grow a giant man beard. Jilly says, I knew it would be a big commitment, but I still underestimated it. Yeah, I'm feeling that with Enchantress as well. But I'm really enjoying stitching on her. Really enjoying stitching on her. I took her out last night as well. I was working on the, I'm working on like the staff that she's holding. right now, because I just have the center of the staff and like the glow immediately outside it, it looks like she's just really angrily throwing a fried egg. And it cracked me up last night when I took the progress picture. I posted it in the Discord as well. I was laughing so hard because you can't super see it in the picture because it's like it's a really pale yellow surrounding the dark yellow, so the pale yellow kind of ghosts on the white fabric, but it really does look like a fried egg. I need to start another thread, Earls. One of the other details that I did when I was recharting this is the charts are the same height, so the pumpkin people are the same height. On my version, the pumpkin fellow is going to be 2 stitches shorter, so that it's closer to real life. Beards are grown-in HEPA filters. Oh god. Cracked you up too. It was so funny. I was like, it's... Oh my god, Toot has been here today. So, my bestie, Queer Blue Noser, is their username online, but they're not on Twitch very much. They messaged me and they were like, how long do you cut your threads? Because I need to find a happy medium because 18 inches seems too short, which it is. Everybody says use 18 inches. That is too short. Because I need to find a happy medium between 18 inches and using the entire length of the skein, because even double over that seems long. Girl. They were trying to use the entire length of the skein of thread, like folded in half to be two strands. They were trying to stitch with that. I was like, surely not. But no, they did. For a solid 5 minutes they tried to do that, and then they gave up and asked me for my opinion. Toot says, meanwhile, I'm dealing with DH cuts the shortest lengths ever. WTF on these skeins. I cut normal lengths of floss. You just have really long arms. So if you're curious, my advice for how long to cut your thread, pinch your thread, like the end of the thread between your fingers, and then just hold your arm out and cut to about your shoulder blade. So an arm's length, literally. And then I cut mine twice as long so I can fold them over and do a loop start. So like, I just did that. This is my arm's length plus about this much, so that tracks for being an arm's length for Toot. And it also comes down to personal preference. Like, if you would rather have more hang time and less starting and ending threads, it makes sense to have longer threads for you, which is, I think, a big part of it too. Sorry, Earls. Alright, bye. Yeah, you can get through there. I know, it feels weird. I've got a big piece of cork next to me, and Early's like walking over it like, I don't know what this is on my beans. Disgust foot shake. Yeah, a little bit of that was going on. You saw the back foot one. But yeah, I'm really happy that Blue Noser's getting into the cross stitch. It's so funny. So I met them. I was 6, they were 7 years old. For context, I'm 38 now. We met at summer camp. And I went to a summer camp that was in Nova Scotia, even though I lived in Ontario, because it was the same summer camp my dad went to, and the same summer camp his dad went to. It's a thing. Their mom was the nurse at the camp. And so anyway, we met at camp. We were like, you're really cool. We're going to hang out for like an entire week nonstop. And then we were like, okay, here's my address. Let's write letters back and forth. And so we did. We wrote letters back and forth because this was the 90s. And then, you know, when we were able to use a telephone after 9 p.m., of course, because it was long distance, we would call each other and we'd be on the phone for like 2-3 hours at a time. And then in the summers when I went on family vacations to Nova Scotia, we'd get together. We've been friends consistently. Like, we have never fallen out of touch in 32 years. And it's so funny because at the time, we were kids, right? We're both non-binary. We both imported non-gender conforming spouses from the US. We both went into healthcare. Like, we're both, we carry the same job title. Not the same job title because it's a different title in the two provinces, but we do the same job. I'm a PSW, they're a CCA. We work for the same company. Not anymore, because I don't work anymore, but we worked for the same company. We are the same person, and we somehow knew this when we were 7 years old. We didn't even know what gender was then, and yet still somehow. So yeah, it's been nice. It's been really nice having them get back into cross stitch, and we can hang out and talk about that. And now, if I need something from Charting Creations, I can just ask them. Moon says a magic bond, if really weirdly was. I need to look up what the name of that designer is now. Toot says sometimes the best people in our lives find us when we need them the most. That's very, very true.
Thank you, Toot.
Thank you for the hydrate, Toot. I'll be right there. Le Petit Croix de Lucie. That's the name of the designer. Okay, that was bugging me. Mike says, Toot, that sounds like a saying that you should stitch. Sometimes the best people in our lives find us when we need them the most. That's a good one. That is a good one. Maybe I, think that'd be cute. Yeah. I'm trying to be better about sketching stuff when I think of it. Because cross-stitch design is a little bit strange, where some things you can't sketch, you just need to do them in crosses on grid paper, and then some things I do sketch out before I start trying to translate them. Thanks, Gwen. Moon says Lucy's small crosses is the translation of the name. Thank you. I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation. Hydrate. Coffee. This is in one of my Ray Dunn Halloween mugs. Not at all. Your pronunciation was great. Thank you, Moon. I don't know if I said thanks, Gwen, for saying it was a cute sketch, but thank you. Maya says facts. Yeah. Yeah, Toot's very right on that one. I'm working on filling in the shirt front portion. What I'm leaving the gaps for is the bow on her shirt, which actually isn't in black. I was looking over the pattern and I was like, that's so weird. She has two different symbols for black, and it's listed twice on the thing. Maybe that's a mistake. No, I can't read. One of the blacks is 310, which is the DMC black. One of them is C310, which is apparently an étoile color. I just didn't see the C on it for the longest time. So I charted it in here as 3799, just like so differentiate. But I need to pick up some of the étoile, which is like DMC with a little bit of sparkle. It's not as sparkle as the sparkle, but it's a little bit of sparkle. Gwen says, I did the ADHD cleaning where I washed a load of dishes, then I got grossed out by the grime around the edge of the sink, so I cleaned that, then some rust dots stared at me, so I grabbed the magic eraser, and when I had the magic eraser out, I finally cleaned the bathroom sink. We won't talk about that horror, but it's done. Congrats! I'm so proud of you, Gwen. I absolutely know what you're talking about when you say ADHD cleaning. When, like, I call it give a mouse a cookie cleaning, because if you guys, and I've realized that not everyone's familiar with this kids book. I thought it was like a pretty standard kids book, but I was wrong. But there's a kids book, and it's like, if you give a mouse a cookie, then you'll have to give him milk. If you give a mouse milk, then you'll have to give him a glass. If you give him a glass, then you have to give that kind of story structure. And I think of ADHD cleaning as give a mouse a cookie cleaning, because it's like, I'm going to do this, and then, oh, if I do this, I need to do this, and if I do this, then I need to do this. And then if I do this, I need to do this. And you just kind of like follow along the steps.
Good morning, starshine.
Hey, J&D Creations.
The earth says hello.
Welcome in. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. Feel free to get comfy, grab a coffee, lurk, whatever you want to do. And yes, Gwen, we're so proud of you. Let's go. Julie says, I feel like that just confirms my suspicions that I might have ADHD or something. Neurodiverse, because if that isn't me, I don't know what is. Yeah, I think it works better for our brains than trying to plan cleaning, because if we plan cleaning, then we're not going to want to do the plan. But if I'm in the kitchen and I see something that needs to clean, I can clean for longer and clean better if I'm ADHD chain cleaning. Because then the problem isn't motivation, it's my body. So I need to like sit down and stop cleaning, or else I'm going to burn myself out. So then you need to like, so my problem is not just starting an ADHD chain, but then stopping that ADHD chain before I hurt myself, and then restarting another one in an hour. So, but it's good. I really want to get that going. Earlier in the stream, I was saying like how when I'm not feeling well, when I'm feeling a little bit down, cleaning my enclosure really helps. So that's definitely something that I want to do today. There's a few big things that I want to get done, a few bad habits that I want to break, that kind of thing. Because, like Toot said, we're getting so close on the house. We're getting so close on the house. Like, we're almost at that just the decorating phase. Great. Although we have a missing box. And I know that it made it over in the move. I know it did because I saw it here. But we're missing a box that has the Wii in it and the Munchkin games in it. So I need to figure out where I put that specific box. Charles says the start and stops really kind of kill productivity. Yeah, it really does. Because it's a start and stops. Like, you can't build on your own momentum with the ADHD. Gwen says, and that's where the awe part comes in for me. It stresses me out when I clean like that because it's not ordered and I'll run into a tiny obstacle and just shut down. Yep. Well, okay, so I have to run an ad I could snooze it, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna run an ad. So maybe this is our signal to all get up, clean one thing, and when I come back in 3 minutes, I wonder how many of you will come back with me, or if you found something else to clean in that time. Or just sit down and take easy if that's what you need to do. So I'm going to switch over to the break screen. We're going to take a 3-minute break. Sit, take easy, or get up, do something, whatever you want to do. All right, see you guys back here in 3 minutes. Okay, that was longer than 3 minutes. Sorry, guys. I did not quite get... Hi. I'll see. I'll show you guys. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Hello. Banks is here. What was I gonna say? I did not ADHD clean on the break. I had no. Don't walk on the stitching, please. I just had a lot of like unrelated tasks that needed to get done. Binks, did you already knock my camera? So this is Binks. There's something different about Binks in that, you know how like cats' tails fluff out when they're like scared or angry? Binks does it when she's happy. Thank you for the appreciation. And Toot distracted me with Springy Girl. Yeah, we went and talked about Springy a little bit. So yeah, Binks gets this like huge bottle brush tail when she's happy. It's very cute. She's also very happy right now and has blown out my camera completely. Okay, baby. Daddy's doing a stream. She's chasing my hands to get pets. And smooches. Moon says I got a bowl of cereal. Yes, let's go. Self-care. And Charles says all cats are autistic. You dehydrated so you could hydrate more. Very good. Mike asks, is that an acorn tattoo on Toot's hand? Yes, it is. Okay. It's our wedding ring tattoos. Hi, Banks. I have a thimble. Toot has an acorn. It's a Peter Pan reference. We got those for our 5th anniversary. Mike says I'm cataloging Toot recognition features. Yes. Hi. Toot has an acorn tattoo on her left hand and a little GG semicolon tattoo on her right wrist. So if you're ever curious about whose hands are whose. I have so much help right now. Like, you guys don't even know how much Binks is helping. She just licked chat, so enjoy that bath, guys. Little kisses for me. Binks is the most helpful. Little sniffs for that. Okay. Are you gonna go on the worms? Binks just discovered that there's a worm eating mat in my office. That has literally been there almost since I set up the office. but she just discovered that it's there, so she's been spending more time in the office with me. Binks is a very helpful baby, yes. Toot says I've got the grudge as a shadow today. Yeah, Bella loves her mama. Bella also sounds like the grudge. Binks is going to the worms now. Charles says, have a good worm, Binks. Hey, Lady K, welcome in. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Stitchers! Or something like that. Thank you for the breathe and stretch. Alright, guys. So you have to do this with me. Remember, it's you breathe in for 3, hold for 3, out for 3. Okay? Ready? In. 2, 3. Hold. 2, 3. Out. 2, 3. In. 2, 3. Hold. 2, 3. Out. 2, 3. So you just do that a couple of times. I always find it helps. And then we're going to stretch. We're going to do some hand stretches. My knuckles just popped. So I just kind of like do the steeple stretch, and then I do the funny uncle to work out any kinks in my fingers. There are lots of good resources on stretches for crafters. It's always a good idea to just take a little quick stretch break every now and then. And especially if you've been crafting for a while sitting in the same position, definitely a good idea to reset your position and make sure you're not locking anything up. I'm almost done this purple, which means I really should start filling in some of the black. I don't know if I want to. I am working on one of the pumpkin portraits from the Witchy Stitcher's book, Witchy Stitching. I've made some modifications to the pattern to make it a couple's portrait of myself and Toot. So I'm working on the lady pumpkin, and I'm giving her some purple clothes instead of the like ivory tan palette that is charted. So what I did was, because everything is black, like this is all, like all of this stuff is black. So what I did was I stitched around it. I basically made myself a coloring book to follow. So my plan is when I have brains, I'll do other bits of it, and then when I have no brains, I can just fill in the black. No think, only stitch. I really like, one of the things that drew me to this pattern wasn't just the like pumpkin portraits, but the really simple framing as well. Because that's something that I've kind of struggled with in my own designs, is frames and wreaths and that kind of thing. Like, I never feel like I know how to do them quite right. So I'm always curious to see how other designers do them, and I really like the way that this one is done. It's just a few motifs repeated, and it creates a very nice, simple frame. It's also symmetrical, which I enjoy. Oh, I meant to grab the book while I was up. Shoot. I could show you guys the other pattern. Well. This was I wanted to start this as soon as I got the book, to be real honest, but I held off for a while, but then I was like, I'm going to start the thing. And then I wanted to start the thing, and what kept me from starting the thing for like 3 days was I couldn't decide on Ada. I had like 6 different pieces of Ada picked out on my desk, and I'm like, I don't know which one. So I finally asked Toot for help, and they liked this. It's a 14 count white Ada that I hand dyed, and it's just like a little bluey greeny, more blue than green, but there's a little bit of green in there. I don't dye Ada often. This was more of an experiment, so, but I like the way it turned out. Alright, so we're done the shirt front. Let's finish this off. Is long enough to save? No. Into the artwork jar with ye. Sorry about that, guys. Without my mouse mat, everything is much thunkier. Alright, I'm gonna fill in some of the pumpkin here. Her hands, I mean, around the pumpkin. Because the inside of this little pumpkin face, let's see, is the C310, which I need to pick up still. So I need 720. And then there's more 720 up here, but I want to finish these hands. Throw these hands. I think I am going to finish all the black before I move the frame, though, because otherwise I will just have a sea of black. There are 5,500 stitches in this pattern, and 3,000 of those are black, and 800 of those are sparkly black. There's a lot of black. Yeah. Yeah, Maya, it's a lot of black. But that's also kind of what Meg is known for. They have a pattern that is just 310, which is the number of black, with like a fancy Gothic frame, because we use so much of it. The Witchy Stitcher is also the one who originated the phrase "the cone of doom," referring to the cone of 310. Because if you use a lot of 310 and you don't want to keep buying the 8-yard skeins, you can get a 250-yard cone of it. Toot says I go through about a skein of 310 a week sometimes. Yeah, I think a cone would be a good idea for us, except for the problem of storage. I just feel like it would be a cat hair magnet, and yeah. Hey, Lady Argyle, welcome in. Good morning. We're doing some spooky stitching today. This little piece by the Witchy Stitcher. Little, not so little. It's super cute. You can't see it in the picture, but she's got stripy stockings that go all the way down. Mike says, did you say you were doing this off of a paper copy? I tried, but because I was recharting it and stuff, I ended up just recharting it in WinStitch, and now I'm working off of the digital copy that I made. But I did get it as a paper pattern. Lady Agar says, oh, that makes it even better. Yeah, the stripy stockings really make the piece for me. The Nurge is a bit easier to reload. Well, no, that's not true. I don't mind moving the Nurge so much, so I might, I don't know. Because usually my thinking is I'll finish everything that's within the hoop and then move the hoop. But I'm trying to break myself of this, like, I don't want to move the hoop ever, like, mindset. So I might finish her completely and then move on to the frame, or do the frame last, even if it means moving the hoop up and down a few times. I don't know, I'll see. There's also these cute little ghosties. You can see one peeking out just at the bottom of the frame there, along the sides. And I might do those in glow. I'm not sure. I might, because they're charted the same color as this pumpkin, the pumpkin in the middle. So I might do those in glow, and then I might even pick out this pumpkin and do that in glow too. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. Toot says glow. Yeah, little white glowing ghosties would be great. Yeah, I think that would be cute. And stitching the little pumpkin guy took me like 20 seconds, so, well, it took me about 15 minutes, but that's not very long in cross-stitch time. Lady A's gonna lurk, gonna drive the kiddo to work. He's excited to be working again. Oh, good, good, I'm glad. Say hi to the kiddo for me. Have a good drive. Oh yeah. And then part of me is like, am I planning to do that so I can avoid doing all of the black? But if I build up the black to be like, oh, it's a big thing, then it's going to be a big thing. You know what I mean? So it might just be one of those, like, I finish a color, I do a strand of black. I finish a color, I do a strand of black type things. I don't know about you guys, if you ever experienced this. I'm sure we've talked about it on stream before. But I am having the worst startitis right now. Like, I want to start all of the projects. I did have 2 recent finishes. I finished the Alien Quaker. I finished the Tiny Autumn Sampler. I got caught up on my Temp Sal, which feels like a finish. Charles says, gotta go where the dopamine takes you. Yeah. And like, I have a shop sample that I want to get started, so I'm gonna get started on that soon. But I think what I'm really craving is like a sampler. Like I just have that sampler craving, and then part of me is like, well, just design something and then you can do it as a shop sample, and it's like, but no, I want to do someone else's sampler. Because like I love stitching my own designs and I love designing exactly the piece that I want, but at the same time sometimes you just want to stitch something that you don't have to think that deeply about. True. Toot says I have that ghost face sampler I wanted to do. I fell down an ink circles rabbit hole the other day, which was very nice. They have a great piece called Forest for the Trees, which is, it's just like packed with floral motifs. Hey Pons, welcome in. This is cross stitch. I almost said this is embroidery for some reason. This is cross stitch. I am cross stitch. No, that's Moon. Moon is cross stitch. Tis the season. Yeah, so maybe I'll grab that one. That I think is another Witchy Stitcher, is the Ghost Face sampler. There's also another Owl Forest Embroidery Autumn sampler that I have. It's one of their freebies that I've been considering. You guys know I did Dinosaur Forest by them. Pond says, I have not tried cross stitch but have been wanting to. Well, maybe this is your sign. We're doing some spooky stitching today. If you need any help, guidance, support, encouragement, anything like that in order to join the cult, we've got you, friend. But yeah, so I did Dinosaur Forest from Owl Forest Embroidery, and I am not doing blends again. I'm not doing blends again. That was a hilarious, fun stream, but I'm not doing blends again, especially not with stream. But I think I would take my time and chart it with a few more colors. Not chart it, but like do a conversion with a few more colors. And this is your sign, and this is your sign. No, I just meant maybe stumbling upon this stream is your sign to get started with cross stitch and join the cult. Earlier it was everyone's sign to test their ADHD cleaning. Yes, that was just a well-timed ad break. Han says, what would you recommend for a beginner? You love crafts? So there's kind of 2 ways you can go about it. I do recommend a kit for a beginner. I do not recommend getting a kit off of Amazon necessarily. I know several of us have done them successfully. It's just kind of like a hit or miss whether you get a good one. If you have a local Michael's, or I was going to say Joann's. Joann's doesn't exist anymore. A local Michael's or a craft store, they'll have like little kits to get you going. So I do recommend starting with a kit. If you are a spooky person, and would like to support a small indie designer, check out Black Waltz Stitching, our good friend Liz. She does kits, and they are very beginner friendly. Yeah, so I would recommend starting there. Join a community. You can join our community to put up the link to the Discord. There are many people who do many crafts. So if you are a crafty person and you have questions about, I don't know, weaving, jewelry making, soldering, I don't know, probably someone in our community can help. Yes, and if you are in the GTA, I sell kits as well, but I only sell them locally. Which is why I do not mention that so much. Actually need to go in and check and see how my sales are doing. Got too many irons in the fire right now. Because I've got the kits going at Coffin Creek. I've reached out to someone about an art collab. And then there's JCS, which I haven't even talked about on stream yet, I don't think. I think I mentioned it during one of the co-working. GTA, my mind went to Grand Theft Auto, Greater Toronto Area. Mike says, for now you only sell locally. I would sell not locally if someone else did the selling for me. If someone else would handle the shipping and all of that, I'd be happy to do it. In Indiana. Well, in that case, I would recommend checking out your local Michaels or Black Waltz Stitching, picking up a kit, and just going from there. Trust is assigned to go get coffee. I have coffee. Gwen cleaned the cat box, 2 trips to the dumpster, started laundry. Nice! Gwen, you were doing awesome. I'm so proud of you. Which sounds weird coming from a stranger on the internet, but I'm very proud of you, Gwen. I know how hard all of that can be. And yeah, Toot has it hit the nail on the head. Selling physical online is a hellscape right now. Absolutely. Like right now, I'd only want to sell in Canada, and even that, we have a postal strike. So like, no, thank you. I have to get some samples to just cross stitch, and I am dreading the cross-border shipping. But has to be done. But yes, just cross-stitch. I think I mentioned it during one of the co-working live streams, but I'm not actually talking. The Christmas edition of Just Cross-Stitch magazine is here. So, again, if you're going out to your local Michaels, you can pick up a copy. Adwinea, welcome in. Yeah, we're in the GTA. You might need to purchase from you when you're there next month. Coffin Creek. Yes, Coffin Creek is a coffee shop in Cordis, Ontario. They have a small section of local artists. Addie, okay. They have a small section of local artists, and yeah, our kits are there. So if you want to check those out, they're the tiny horror kits. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Enjoy your lurk. Pon says, oh, these are cute. Also, all encouragement is needed. Life is hard. Adulting is hard. Life is hard. Adulting is hard. A cozy, spooky comfort craft makes life a little bit less hard. But yeah, and if you're into horror, Coffin Creek it's just amazing. Thank you for putting up the link, Toot. They are a horror-themed coffee shop, local roaster. They do their own flavors. The coffee's amazing. I'm drinking a Camp Blood from them right now, which is s'mores flavored. Let's go. Thank you, Toot, for that reminder as well. But yeah, head out to your local Michael's. Some Walmarts and stuff will carry them too, because it's the Christmas special edition of Just Cross Stitch magazine, because not only do I have a ornament pattern in the magazine, I'm on the cover, which is so freaking cool. I about lost my shit when I saw that. So yeah, you can also, if you aren't able to purchase the magazine, you are able to access it through your local library and things like that. So absolutely do that if you want to check it out. But yeah. Gwen says own. Mike says, I highly recommend one of the tiny bobs, which I think may be offered as one of the kits if you can buy a physical kit. Yes, Tiny Cozy Bob is one of the kits. And that is a small skeleton drinking a PSL. I actually posted on socials today. Instagram. Tiny Sweaty Bob. So if you want to see what the tiny bobs look like, you can check that out. There we go. Toot says, I'm so fucking proud. I can't wait to go into Michael's, pick up the magazine, and be like, oh yeah, that's my spouse on the cover. Yep. Thank you. I can't believe it. Like, I can't, it's so unreal. I think it'll still feel unreal until I actually like have it in my hands. Because it just feels unreal. Thank you guys. Especially because the call for submissions for the Christmas ornament issue was like in January. So I did all the designing and the stitching and the contract and everything for this like February, March. So it doesn't feel like it's a thing, which is just really cool. We're gonna have to like go out and see if we can find them in the wild. So if you guys see the magazine, even if you don't buy the magazine, if you see the magazine in the wild, just like take a picture and tag me. I would love it. That would be so cool. And then you can tell whoever's around and you're like, oh yeah, that's my friend. Like says, and if you happen to be subscribed to Just Cross Stitch magazine, you can see the whole magazine now, including the DH pattern. Thank you for the follow, Pawns. Yes, so it is available digitally now, and it's rolling out to newsstands. It's so cool. It's so cool. And there's more to come. This isn't going to be the last time that you'll see me on your newsstands. I don't know if it'll be on the cover, but you know, who knows? Gwen says, I'm going near Michael's next Friday. You might have to pop in and take a look. If you're up to it. If you're up to it. No pressure. But yeah, everybody, you're welcome to say, that's my friend. Oh yeah, I know them. We're tight. For the purpose of bragging, we're tight. Pon says, you're very happy you found us. Thank you. I'm happy you found us too. We're a good crew. Myself, I'll introduce myself a little bit because we have a couple of people who aren't usually here. My name is DH. My pronouns are they, them, which is another cool thing about JCS. But I was a healthcare worker. I was a nurse aide. So I did patient care, everything except meds, during the pandemic. So I became disabled as a result of that. I now have lung damage, chronic pain, a whole bunch of other chronic stuff. So right now I'm disabled. So after I was unable to start working, after I was unable to work, I started designing cross-stitch patterns, streaming a little bit online, and yeah, so Toot is my spouse. We live in Ontario. We've got 11 non-human children, and you can see 2 of them on the screen. Well, you can see one of them on the screen and the other one. Toot also streams. You can see the other snakes on their channel. They do no talking, no mic gameplay, so it's a vibe. Like, they play their game, you just hang out and watch and listen. We say it's like when you're a kid and your older siblings playing a game and you're just kind of like curl up on the couch next to them playing Legos or whatever. It's that kind of vibe. So definitely check out Toot as well. And yeah, I stream every Saturday doing a stitch with me. Because of the lung damage, I can't talk for very long. So we're going to wrap here in about 15 minutes. And then the rest of the week, I do co-working without a mic. So it's just the community hanging out, vibing, working together, getting stuff done, supporting each other. That kind of thing. But, yes, there are all of our children. Toot has put up... We have emotes of all of our kids. So that's Bella, Pico, Early, Gigi, Banks, the cats, Pow, the tortoise, Springtrap, Sandy, the sandworm, Jenny, Pennywise, and Ghostface, the snakes. Tomorrow is Lil Ghosty's turn to be on camera for Ghost Church. So if you tune into Toot's channel, you might get to see Lil Ghostface. Mike says, I may get my copy in the mail before the stores get them, and I'll be sure to take a photo. Thank you very much. Thank you. But another cool thing about the Just Cross Stitch, so Just Cross Stitch is more on the traditional side of stitching, as we, like, I think it's fair to say that. When they work with new designers such as myself, they will include a small bio of the new designer with like a headshot and then some information about like their stitching journey and their designs and then where to find them online. So that's not going to be in the Christmas issue because it's a special issue. So that'll be in the next issue that I'm in. So spoiler, I am in another issue. But speaking with the editor of the magazine and the copywriting team, it seems like I am the first designer they've worked with who uses they them pronouns. At least I will be the first designer who will be published using they them pronouns. Thank you, Toot, for the hydrate. Because I do know at least one designer that has been published in the magazine uses she they, but only used she her for the magazine, which totally makes sense. So yeah, that's super cool. I feel like it's a first for Just Cross Stitch, and I'm really proud that I get to be a part of it. So yeah, that was a nice little surprise. I mean, I can't possibly say I'm the first non-binary or trans designer to work with the magazine because we don't know. But I'm gonna be the first one that's super out about it. And like, I didn't even really think about it. I didn't have a moment where I was like, oh, maybe I should just use she, her. I don't know. I think I just am going to continue to be myself. Not placidly, but, you know, like, doggedly be myself. And people can either catch up or not, and that's their issue. And it's taken me a while to get there, but I think I'm there now. Gwen says, so cool. Thank you. And Mike, my hype man, says I have some freebies on their coffee site that are a lot of fun and are great for beginners and others too. Yeah, thank you, Mike. So let's just do a little shop. Yeah, so if you want to check out the coffee, there's free patterns on there. Just go to the shop and then like you can hit the tag for freebie and that'll bring up just the freebies, because I do have everything listed there. I was cleaning up my my like product listings, hopefully anticipating a surge of people checking out the shop, and also updating my pattern database, and kind of shocked myself at my numbers. Would you guys be interested in hearing the stats on my patterns? I know some people like stats and some people think it's just like straight up bragging, but almost done this thread. On says yes. Jilly says yes. Old guy says yes. Okay. Gwen says we. All right. So my first pattern was published in June of 2023. And it was a Five Nights at Freddy's pattern, which was just mini portraits of the characters. Because at the time, there weren't very many Five Nights at Freddy's patterns available on Etsy. So that's where I started. Since then, I have published... Charles says, I like stats, and also it's your stream and can brag if you want to. That's very true. All right, so since 2023, I have published 74 patterns for retail sale. I have put out 3 mystery stitch-alongs, one of which is still running. I have published 2 Notion templates. I have published 17 free patterns, completely free patterns, 10 Patreon exclusive patterns, and 11 Patreon exclusive mini patterns. So altogether, that's like 118 products, I think. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm very blessed in that I have an amazing partner, not just in life, but in cross-stitch business. Toot has a great eye for design, so helps me with my designs, and also is a very prolific stitcher, so they'll do test stitches for me at an insanely rapid rate. I've also had the support of a fantastic community, you guys, and yeah, there's a designer group that I'm part of that has given me some great advice. A lot of names you guys would recognize, just really generous with their time and their knowledge. So far, I've been able to keep up publishing almost 1 pattern a week for the retail. So I typically do 6 to 7 patterns a month across all streams. And somehow I still have ideas for all of them. And I was looking at my release schedule for the rest of the year. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll slow down and I'll do 1 pattern every other week. And then I looked, I'm like, okay, I have enough patterns to last me until the end of the year. And then I got like 47 new ideas. So we're probably going to stay on the 1 pattern a week train until the end of the year. I don't know. I might take a bit of a break in November. We'll see. We shall see. Because one of the core tenets of this community, if you don't already know, you will come to know, is take easy, also important. Mike says, and if you come to the co-working streams, you can actually watch DH design some of the patterns in real time. Yeah. So the co-working streams, which are Monday afternoon and Thursday morning, I'm working on the business. So some of it is admin, some of it is like writing product listings and doing social media and that kind of stuff. But a lot of it is design, like just working on the designs, polishing them up. And I'll share my screen with you when I do that, so you'll get to see like exactly what I'm working on. So sometimes it's a sneak peek of upcoming designs, that kind of thing. That's always I always like being able to do that. Honestly, sometimes I will arrange my work schedule so that my design time is on stream, because I enjoy doing that with you guys so much. And I might do a Saturday design with me with the mic, because that's also good. We did one for an older design, a Fraggle Rock design, where I had the mic on and chat was helping me out and that kind of thing. It was a lot of fun. So I might do some of those. But yeah, especially since I started using my sketchbook more. I don't know if having somewhere to dump the ideas is like freeing up RAM for coming up with new ideas, or if it's, you know, well, my RAM just dumped, so yeah, I don't know if getting the ideas out into the sketchbook is freeing up RAM for coming up with new ideas, but it's been really helping me. One thing, except the most latest. I've also been working on more pop culture patterns, because that was what if you look back, I started doing mostly pop culture patterns like Five Nights at Freddy's and Beetlejuice and the Tiny Horrors and that kind of thing. And I kind of got away from that, but I'm starting to come back to doing more pop culture patterns. One that I'm working on right now is a set of Transformers Beast Wars minis, which I'm having so much fun with. It's been a bit of a design stretch for me. It's more of a challenge with what I can do with the mini format, but it's been a lot of fun. Old Guy says, are you doing a collab with Moon again soon, or with another designer/creator? I am, actually. I was just talking with another designer, with another creator in the community. They're not a cross-stitch person. They're an artist, about doing an art collab to bring some of their art to cross-stitch. So might be working on some of that this week. We're still in like the early stages of figuring it out. But yeah. In terms of a joint stream with Moon or something like that, we're kind of thinking of doing one. I need to do some testing of a setup, but there will be more joint co-streams with Moon for cross stitch, definitely. Thank you, Toot, for doing for putting the link there. So that is Hexed Spell. Hex and I have been chatting a little bit about bringing some of their art to cross stitch, which is going to be another design challenge for me, because I've done it for my personal use, but yeah. So if you want to check out Hex, I haven't made their command yet, but I really need to. It's the Citrine Cauldron. To put up the link there. Because it's easy enough to put a pattern through a generator or something like that. That's not what I want to do. I want to make a really well-crafted cross-stitch pattern that is based on and celebrates their art that isn't just a straight computer generated cross-stitch image of their art, if that makes sense. Because that's not my vibe, and I wish to be true to the vibes. But yeah, I said a little while ago we would be wrapping up at 12. You can hear it in my voice; it's starting to go because of the lung damage. I don't talk this much, which sucks because I would stream daily if I could. I really would. So let's hop on. Ooh, where is my mouse going? Okay, let's hop on over to the end screen. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I had a lot of fun today. I hope you did as well. The 2 hours just flew by. So if you haven't already, we've been putting up these links all stream. We've got the Discord. We've got socials. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook, but it's really just the same stuff as Instagram, only on Facebook. I just put up a reel/YouTube short. I don't have a YouTube command either. Heck. I'm on YouTube as well. You can see all the VODs. You can see I have crafting videos. So pawns, for example, if you are looking to get into cross stitch, I have a short tutorial video on how to basically like get started with a kit and how to start stitching, and then it gives you terms to Google if you need more information on stuff. So if you want to check that out, let me reminder YouTube command. I've got a lot of stream stuff to do before next week, I guess. Yeah, I don't have one. Oh, yes, you'll be going there next. Okay, let me grab you the link so it's nice and easy for you. I mean, it's the thecozydh. I'm the thecozydh everywhere. Although the thecozydh as a business is myself and Toot. I'm just the DH who is cozy, and Toot is the DH who is chaos. I almost gave you the link to their YouTube instead. But if you're thinking of the thecozydh as a business, a brand, it's myself and Toot. It's not just myself. Okay, so there's the YouTube link. So if you ever want to go back and watch a one of these live streams, if you missed it, if you want some body doubling, you can go to the YouTube channel. All of the live streams are there, as well as all of my past videos. We got the Discord channel. We've got our shops. So yeah, there's all the links. Toot is going to be back tomorrow morning with Ghost Church. I'm going to do one more shout out for them. 10 a.m. We're going to be playing. They're going to be playing some Phasmophobia with little Ghostface, and yeah, I will be back Monday afternoon for co-working. So if you'll join me here, it'll be 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm trying to think if there's any other announcements, but I think that's about it. Schedules for the week will be posted in the Discord channel, and I'm gonna try and get them posted on socials as well. Trying to be better about that. You love Phas, but you scream a lot? Well, welcome to the community. We also love Phas. That is Toot's main game, is Phasmophobia. So yeah, I think that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for being here. This was such a great stream. I had a lot of fun. And yeah, so if I'll hang out just one more second, we're gonna find someone to raid out to. I'm going to put the commands in chat. If you are subbed, follow the copy and paste the first message. If you are not subbed, copy and paste the second message, and we'll go find someone to raid out to. Who else is online? I would love to make friends with more cross-stitchers on Twitch, but I feel like we're few and far between, at least all on at the same time. All right, so we're going to go hang out with Z. There's Donna. Friend, pretty cool bean. They're an only hand streamer as I am. Oh, looks like it's snack time. Okay. All right, my friends, I'm going to start the raid. Please hang in for the raid. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out Toot. And my friends, I will see you in the coffee shop. I will see you in the Discord server. I will see you in Springtrap's ball pit. But most importantly, my friends, I will see you in my heart. All right. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.